You always want to make sure you're searching the right debtor because you might come up with inaccurate results if you're not searching the correct entity name, the full entity name, or within an individual, there may be, 40,000 John Smiths. You want to make sure you're searching the correct John Smith. So if it's an individual, you want to make sure you have a middle initial. Sometimes an address can help narrow down some results. If you're searching a business entity, it's important to search the Secretary of State records ahead of time to make sure you have the exact true legal entity name, whether it's ABC Manufacturing Company or ABC Manufacturing Inc. or something along those lines. Delaware is one of the states that I would say we probably conduct the most UCC searches, for the simple fact that under revised Article 9, filings are now made and searched in the domestic jurisdiction of the debtor if it's a business entity. Most companies are actually formed in Delaware due to their lenient corporate laws, which therefore increases the number of UCC filings and searches that are actually made in Delaware. Delaware is one of those unique states where they actually ignore the corporate ending of an entity name, but all of the other words have to be searched exact. So it's a little more difficult to do a broad-based search in Delaware without incurring additional fees. Currently, the statutory fee to request a UCC search is $50. So to search multiple variations, you would incur that $50 statutory fee on every search that you're asking to be produced. In addition to the importance of having the accurate name to be searched, it's also very important to know where you need it searched. Corporations, you search the domestic jurisdiction. There are also times where you can search states where they're also doing business. Under revised Article 9, it's not required, but if you want to have more of a broad search, there are times that we are requested to search additional states. UCCs in all jurisdictions are filed in a central location, or they're at least indexed centrally. There are certain jurisdictions where you file at the county, but that information gets indexed centrally. That isn't the case with tax liens or judgment liens or even litigation. So if you're needing tax liens, judgment liens, litigations, or bankruptcy, you will need to have a county location to know exactly where those are filed. There are some states where tax liens and judgment liens can also be filed at the county as well as the state, but anytime you're searching more than just UCC searches, you actually do need to have a county location to make sure you're getting the results from the jurisdiction that they're actually recorded in. You would like to think it's a simple process because theoretically you're just looking for liens. It's actually not a simple process because there can be a lot of variations not only from state to state, but within a state. If a filing is actually filed accurately as it's presented to the state, there are times that it could be actually indexed inaccurately. So even though you absolutely have to make sure you have the correct entity name, to the extent possible, you actually want to broaden that search to locate possible variations, not necessarily in the way the filing was completed, but in the way the filing was indexed. If it's a project that you want to take on yourself, you have to be willing to invest the time, the money, and the physical energy to research and pay for the services that you have to conduct in those specific jurisdictions. One of the reasons you would want to use a service company to conduct your UCC due diligence is that when you get the final results, you can take it and run with it. You don't have to sanitize it. You don't have to retype it. We provide it to you in a format that is easy to read, is accurate, and is complete. Not only will you receive a report, if you've also asked us to obtain copies, those copies are provided as well. So you have a summary report and you have the complete filing that's attached to that report. So you're good to go.